Well, certainly not planning on leaving the den sites anytime soon. It would be interesting to see whether the other cubs come out and liven things up a bit. So we're going to hang around here and wait and see what happens. But until then, let's head back to Brent and see what he's been up to for the last little while.
Hey firm, Joost, Brent here.
Brent, my radio was down for a bit. I had to make a few calls. Any update?
We are still with Mvula. He's lying up in the same position. I think everyone else has crossed into Buffelshoek. Scott's at one of the hyena dens, and there's activity there. I'm not sure which one, but I can find out for you.
That's fine. Thanks, Brent. Thank you.
Good morning, Diane from Texas. Welcome on Drive with us this morning. Mvula is in the same place, and also Diane would like to know about the holes in the bank above Mvula. There we go. Well spotted. Yes, that's possibly kingfisher nests, or also bee eaters will nest in clay banks like that. So that's very well noticed, but yeah, more than likely a bird nest. And the reason the kingfishers and bee eaters like to nest in these clay banks is a form of protection from, it's much harder for a snake or especially monitor lizards to access them and raid the nests. Okay guys, apparently there's quite a lot of action happening at the hyena den, so we're going to cross quickly back to Scott and enjoy the hyena cubs. Over to you, Scotty.
Cubs now do pop their head out again. What's very interesting is that it's hard to tell what's going on here with these cubs. The cub that you can see now that was nursing is considerably larger than the two other cubs that are at this den site. And some days it seems like the youngsters get preference for nursing, but today this one is. Possibly the smaller ones fed first, and now this older one can feed. Why one mother's raising cubs that look to be from two different litters is another interesting fact or matter that we are not unsure about. So a lot of unknown and speculation as to what exactly is going on with this small clan of hyena. Copy that, no problems. Well, time to get comfortable. Had enough to drink. And isn't that cute? Wonder why the other cubs are seeking refuge down in the burrow. Possibly it's the wind that's unnerving them. Or possibly the fact that there is this other hyena here. It's possibly a male, the one that was standing up at the base of the den when Andrew had a split screen going. And the cubs were certainly quite cautious of it as it arrived. I think it's a male. And the only reason I say that is because of its size. It's considerably smaller than the female that we can see in shot now. And in the hyena world, it's the females who are larger and more dominant than the males, which is uncommon in nature. Typically, it's the other way around as a general rule. But for some reason, hyena have inverted the regular process, and therefore males tend to be smaller than females. They're an animal that's very difficult for us to sex because their genitalia both look very similar to one another. So even from a young age all the way up to adulthood, it's hard to be certain the sex of hyena. I think Brian's just spotted that the buffalo in the background are now still feeding in the general area, and they wouldn't be too concerned with the hyena. If they did get close to the den site, these old bulls may come charging in and chase the hyena off, but they're quite a way off here, and I think even if they smelt them from this distance, they wouldn't be hugely perturbed.
He's probably no more than 60 meters from it. And if he goes right along, all the felines down. It's a good spot for him to be around here during the day. You never know what might come down to drink. So whatever he initially got him to get up and
Inch forward a bit.
shot an inch forward. So went there. What we can also do, well, let's just sit here for a little bit. But I know if we get out, we can access him from on top. But I think this is very good for now. So remember, guys, if you have any questions, please send them in on Twitter to #SafariLive or on email to questions@wildearth.tv. Good morning, Blair, who's from Vancouver Island in Canada. Blair would like to know if Kunyama and Quarantine were not his cubs and they actually belonged to another male, would he know? Probably not. That's why the female leopards will mate with multiple males. It's to sort of convince almost all the males that those cubs might come into contact with while they're young. That male is the father. It's a defense mechanism against cub killing by males. But as I said, because he's the sort of main and dominant male leopard in the majority of crewless territory, it is likely that he is the father, but there is an off chance that he's not. Alex, can you still see that bushbuck? You can see how as it's got hotter, and because he's got a full belly, his breathing's become a bit more labored. And that's because digestion actually causes heat. You can almost see, there we go, I was going to say, you can almost see his head getting heavy. Okay, while he's fat like that, I'm just going to take a few seconds and we'll try and move around to the other side so we can have a look at his face. It is going to take me a little while to get around there because of where we are. As you can see, we've got to go up this quite steep embankment and through the bush, the same way we came in. Forward a little bit. Sorry. I'm just going to reset the tripod. There we go. From that little sandy spot because he was quite exposed, and then possibly when he heard whatever animal that might have been coming down, which we couldn't see, he showed a bit of interest in. He's moved up here now, gives him a little bit more cover, so if an animal does come down during the day to drink, he's got a good chance of being able to ambush it. Even though he has a full belly, he definitely wouldn't say no to another meal. All predators are opportunists. Very beautiful leopard. Lovely, lovely coloring. Always listening, always smelling. He's probably not going to move too far, but he might move far enough away that it could make it not incredibly difficult, but a bit more challenging to find him in the afternoon. And he can always prove me wrong and be lying in the exact same spot. Sorry, Andrew, I only copied half your message. He's heard something that we didn't even hear, but looks like he's getting comfy again. Good morning, Anna from Pennsylvania. Anna would like to know how big Imvula's claw is compared to my hand. So he is quite a large male leopard. Sorry, his paw, not claw, to my hand. He is quite a big male leopard, but it would probably fit in the palm of my hand around here. That's probably about this, and that's a very big male leopard. I actually haven't seen his tracks yet. I've been very lucky, I've only seen him. But just judging from his body size, it would probably fit in that. And if you take that, for example, for a male lion, certain male lions will be, their paws will be the size of my whole hand with my fingers extended. So a big male leopard is about that size, and a male lion, it will be the whole sort of circumference of my hand. And that's not all male lions, just a really big one. Hi. Good morning, Diana in Canada. Diana would like to know, what's my favorite animal to follow apart from a woman? Diana? It would most definitely be the wild dogs. They are my personal favorite animal, and I just find them really, really exciting. But I'm quite lucky in what I do, that I love following most animals. And I have lots of favorites in the bush. But my top favorite would be the wild dogs. Morning, Chris. Welcome on Drive with us this morning. Chris would like to know, what is the biggest kill I've known a male leopard to make? I think probably an adult kudu bull is one of the biggest, and also an adult wildebeest female. Those are probably the two biggest kills I've known a male leopard to make. But probably the most dangerous kill I've known a male leopard to make was actually in the Sabi Sands, and another leopard that I'm sure a lot of you have heard of before by the name of the Campan male. He basically was hiding in the middle of a herd of about 400 buffalo, and he grabbed a young buffalo calf and then scurried up a tree. Not the biggest, but definitely the most risky leopard kill I've heard of.